Lost Souls. Brought to you by the Vibes Broadcast Network. Views and opinions of guests do not necessarily reflect those of the Lost Souls podcast or the Vibes Broadcast Network. And now, we bring you your host, Ben Stevenson from Central Utah Paranormal. Are you ready for tonight's show? I hope you're ready. Because you'll never guess what we have in store for you. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Lost Souls. Hey everyone, super excited to be with everybody tonight. This is Ben, your host, and of course we're excited to have Justin with us tonight from the Spooky Babes show. Justin's also a musician, super talented in many different ways, and we're excited to get to know him better tonight. How are you doing, Justin?
Doing well, man. Hanging in there. Finally traveling back home. We've been on the road, so now we're going back home to make it there for Christmas time, back to New Orleans. Quite all right.
How long you been out on the road for?
We have been on this run. So this run we've been doing like investigations here and there. It's nothing really for the show because the first season is in post-production. But we've been promoting and shit. So about 8 weeks, man.
That's a long time.
It's a very long time. Excuse me. Yeah, we just been going at it because there's nothing to do really in New Orleans or anywhere else. So traveling as much as we can.
Have you ran into any issues in any places you've gone with COVID and everything?
No, not really. We've been staying very safe and, taking precautions with that, obviously, because we're going so many cities, like a new city every day. But for the most part, it's been tame. It's been quite all right. I think there was only one place that people weren't wearing masks in the South, but that was about it.
Super small town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is around here. Like, I always wear mine when we go to the store, go anywhere, but there's a lot of people that are against that around here.
Oh, they're very against it. But yeah.
Yeah. But so, like, if you had to pick one place that you've investigated, where's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite shit. I think you're gonna say the most intense. Actually, no, I think that my favorite is also the most intense because it was a crazy experience, but the Conjuring House.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the real Conjuring House in Rhode Island. That place was gnarly.
Did you, was there a specific room in the house that you had?
So I'm not going to give too much away, but I will tell you this. The gnarliest place in that house is definitely the basement. And I know it's cliche and, mostly basements are spooky and all. But no, that was no fucking joke, man. No joke at all.
Yeah, it seems like, of course, you have to go where the activity is.
Yeah, definitely.
No matter what. I mean, that's the thing. Like, so many people will be like, oh, they just found it there. But that's where it is.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's funny, too, because in that house, there's activity mostly everywhere. But, the craziest stuff that we got drawn to was in the basement, for sure.
Okay. So I don't want you to end up giving anything away. Are there any that you've done personally before you were on the Spooky Babes?
Actually, no, I wouldn't say investigate, but I work at this place called, it's called Mystere Mansion, Mortuary Haunted House. It's in New Orleans, and it used to be like PJ McMahon Funeral Home back in the day. So it was a private residence, funeral home, just old-ass place. And not living there, basically lived there because I worked there so much. But working there was really the first time that I've had experiences like as an adult and kind of just being like, okay, this shit's fucking weird. So unintentionally, yes, but intentionally has just been like whenever Spooky Babes, like we started Spooky Babes.
Okay. So did you have any like personal paranormal experiences growing up? Anything that kind of drew you towards it?
So there's been a bunch of weird things that did happen to me whenever I was like very young that I kind of suppressed and really didn't think about for a while. But since doing this and being more open to this stuff and having more experiences and really like, you know, tearing down those walls that I had up for so many years, I've kind of remembered some shit. And it wasn't anything major. Like I didn't see stuff or more of like, you know, like I am now too. I just feel things, you know, and like I have these weird, I used to think that I had like visions and shit. I don't anymore, but I think I'm getting back to that level as I, you know, progress in this and just kind of keep it going. But no, it was just strange things like this one, like, oh man, I'm trying to think of the best one. There's a few stories like that. Storm, what's a good childhood one that I told you about?
Said that you heard those footsteps in your attic or voices.
Oh yeah, that was just hearing voices and stuff in that one house, but that was like that was nothing. I feel like that was just an infestation of some, you know, just bad energy and shit. Oh yeah, that's a good one. This one, so I grew up very Catholic. Family is very, very, very Catholic. And whenever I was younger, we went to, you know, bless our new house because it was also a very old house that someone overdosed on, like on heroin in there and stuff, and like. But it was because it was this doctor who built it. It was like a party house, you know. People just went there and partied, and yeah. So we were going to bless it, and like, you know, what the Catholics do is they'll open all the doors and windows in the house, and they'll go through with holy water and like say a prayer in each room, and throw the water on the walls and stuff, and then you bury Saint Benedict medals in the yard. Well, we had buried the Saint Benedict medals, and then we're going through the house, and at one point, we're in the living room about 20 feet from the front door, and there was no draft, nothing. We're saying a prayer or whatever, and the front door just fucking slams shut. And so that was pretty crazy. But they, like all those experiences, being younger, it's nothing compared to the stuff that, you know, we're experiencing now, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's fucking gnarly.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Man, I'm trying to think of all of the. I've had thousands of questions just running around in my head, and now I'm trying to remember all of them that I wanted to ask you.
I feel that, dude.
So, maybe do you want to talk a little bit about the Spooky Babes show? Like, if you want to promote anything at all, just so people are aware of what you're doing.
Yeah. So, Spooky Babes Paranormal Team, not your average paranormal team, because we're just all kind of, you know, crazy tour people. But it really started, like me and Stormy started together whenever she was having a lot of experiences in this one house in New Orleans, like that she lived in, and like a bunch of the crazy stuff was happening in that house, and it kind of opened her up to, I feel like she's been sensitive for a long time now and had intuitions and stuff, but this house kind of made them clear to her again. So after that, it was kind of like looking, you know, like any other paranormal team or anyone that gets into it, just looking for answers and stuff. And this one was kind of out of spite in some ways. So, but besides that, like we've just we started investigating small things here and there, and really got some crazy stuff. Like stuff like that because I grew up watching these shows. That's why like I was totally on board with it, and it'd be, you know, an amazing experience. But like the shit that we were getting, and this is before we really started filming, it was nuts. It was like they don't catch this stuff in one episode of like, you know, ghost hunting show. Like we were catching way more, so I was like, well, let's really look into this and, you know, just keep doing it. And also, we're not just investigating. Like we're not just going there and being like, all right, yeah, there's a ghost here, yada yada. We really want to help people with it too, because there's a lot of times where, and starting to bring this up a bunch, there's a lot of misdiagnosis with people who do have intuitions and stuff, that people just think they're crazy and they put them on medication, and, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's to bring awareness to like stuff too, because we really go in a spiritual aspect and like more feeling stuff and more because I mean, as much as she doesn't want to say it, she's a medium for sure. But so yeah, taking that spiritual aspect and also helping people and spirits if we can. So we're not just going in there and fucking exploiting them and like just gathering evidence to like show people. It's more of the helping aspect too of it all, and it's going well so far. And we've only had, sorry, that's actually an alarm to wake up for the podcast, but I forgot that I was an hour difference because we're
You're good.
yeah. But no, that's basically it with Spooky Babes. That's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to also add to learning about and gathering evidence to show that this shit is real, and also solutions to tortured souls or tortured people that are dealing with this shit. This is no joke, man. Like,
Oh yeah, completely.
Oh yeah.
And have you found, like for us, one of the best feelings we all get is when you are actually able to help that person either understand what's going on or like relieve them of that stress.
Yeah. It's very fulfilling whenever you show someone that they're not crazy.
Right?
They're crazy, and it's like, no, dude, this shit happens too, or whatever. Except Dave, he's a crazy bitch. This is our bus driver, Dave. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good stuff.
Okay, so when you guys go in to investigate, do you have like a specific, I guess, layout, like something that you follow each time you go in?
So yeah, I'll call it a pre-show ritual. So basically, how it starts is the crew will get there, and sometimes, like usually, I'll take the tour if there's a tour, and kind of get the history and the layout. Stormy stays on the bus until everything's wired, ready to go, and she just walks in there and we start, But I'll take the tour and learn the history, and I don't tell her shit because I just want to be like, she'll feel stuff and like, all of this. And like later on, like the next day or whatever, I'll be like, oh yeah, by the way, you were right about like all this stuff or whatever. So that's how we do it. Because we want it to be genuine, we want it. Yeah. We're really out here looking for real shit. We're not trying to, be a hoax or whatever, or, pull strings. So that's the ritual that we do. And I mean, we do spiritual preparations. Do what?
Grounding.
Oh yeah, spiritual preparations. Grounding, which I just learned about this, which is fucking bitching. So what we do, the whole crew will go outside barefoot and kind of just stand there and ground ourselves and just be like, all right, basically becoming one with the earth and just keeping that energy with us so that nothing really manipulates us while in there. And it's just I don't really understand it too much right now, but I'm for it. I'm all for it because it fucking works, dude. Yeah, and we have so we go around on a tour bus, and the bus is protected. We have like blessed salt, and we'll sage ourselves. I wear a Saint Benedict medal. He's the saint of exorcisms and exorcists, which is like that's what I learned from growing up Catholic, which I don't really practice now, but better safe than sorry, That's the way that
still nice to have the background there.
Yeah, no, totally. It helps out a lot, actually. But yeah, that's what we do. That's our little pre-show ritual.
I like the grounding. I've never thought about that.
Try it. Trust me.
I wrote it down. I'm going to try that one.
Yep.
So would you say you guys focus more on, like, different teams focus on different things? Like, our team focuses on communication and, like, getting hold of what's there. Some people focus on like debunking only. Like, is there a specific trait that you guys have to your team when you go in to investigate?
So basically, what we like to do is, like, it's funny because, like, our team, like, it's kind of split both ways as, like, you know, we want to get the physical evidence and the stuff that people talk about, and we definitely debunk all the time. Everyone on the team is like, we want to figure out, like, either scientifically or, how the fuck that just happened. And if we can't, then it's like, okay, cool, sick, we're on to something. But also, it's really kind of funny because now that I think about it, each of us go in there with like a different approach. Like I'll go in there more of like trying to, discover stuff and trying to get the evidence. But I'm also an empath, so I'll feel like, the sadness or whatever, and, the building or the spirits there, which I'm trying to learn on how to utilize that. But, and Stormy goes in there and does her own fucking thing, which is amazing, to where she's totally spiritual about it, and like things will come to her and she'll be like, there was someone here, get it, with the name, whatever. And that's whenever it's cool, whenever you learn the history about it and she doesn't know shit about it and she like nails it, or kind of brings a different story to the table. Like, well, maybe that's, making people cry too. But, bringing like, different, like, I don't think that's the real story. Like, making people question, the origins and the legends of the place, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, especially if you can, like, if they're already telling you as you go in the names and the events that have happened, and having Stormy to, like, reconfirm that or confirm it but tell the correct version of the story. Yeah, that's amazing to think of.
Yeah. Or stuff that, like hauntings or things that, like, energy or people that's there that they don't even really know about. Something that's, it's weird too, because with her intuition with that, a lot of the time we go into places and there'll be spirits that are trapped there that are just forgotten about or just looked over because of, like, the history, like the story, the other stories, and no one even knows about these other ones. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like, so me and Stephanie, one of the girls in our group, are also empaths. So like what we like to do is when we get there, we walk around first before they tell us anything and kind of talk to each other, like where we felt things, where we, the feeling, like you just feel like a heaviness in your chest, almost like you're feeling the depression and the sadness that spirit or that entity is feeling at that time.
That's why I cry a lot, dog.
hey, there's nothing wrong with that. And when it hits you, like when it no shit hits you, there is no other way to describe it.
You can't, dude. It's like, even I'm still like, is this real? Is this like placebo? Like, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm still getting used to this. Like, I don't know what. Yeah, it's nuts.
We have another team member. His name's Randy, and I love it when he goes with me because he's the same way, but he's like a 70s surfer dude. Nice. So whenever it hits him, he's like, "Whoa, dude! It's here! It's here right now!" and then you can, like, you feel it too, but he's just so vocal about it. It kills me.
Yeah, no, that's sick, dude. I love that.
So, what kind of equipment do you guys like to use, as far as, like, I guess for your process?
So, basically, I don't know. Yeah, it's all like documentation stuff, like REM pods, night vision cameras, DVR system. She's sounding it off to me because I really don't mess with that stuff. I just kind of go in there and feel it. But
our only ghost devices are, we don't use K2 meters.
We don't use K2. We use spirit boxes sometimes.
We don't have spirit boxes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We don't have one.
Not anymore.
We never had one.
I feel like we
don't have one.
Okay, we don't have a spirit box apparently, which we.
People with us.
We have people with spirit boxes. Yeah.
Spooky Babes doesn't use one.
Yeah, Spooky Babes just steals people's spirit boxes.
But
but we don't really.
All of our stuff is DVR system, night vision cameras. Recorders.
DVR system, night vision camera stuff, audio recorders. The basic stuff to get that documentation.
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of like we don't rely on that shit really.
Yeah. Well, especially when you have those kind of gifts already going in, you don't
exactly.
need the spirit boxes at that point.
Yeah, basically. It's funny. It's kind of like
17 Class A EVPs.
really 17 Class A EVPs. Why you didn't tell me that, bro?
But you just don't listen to me.
Whatever. But yeah, no. It's really cool too because like from an outsider's perspective and like a fan of paranormal shows, it's almost like because like all these ghost hunting shows, they have special guest mediums and shit on it sometimes, but it's like having one every episode that's a co-star. And we have Susan, Spooky Babes Susan, the haunted doll. Yeah.
I follow the haunted doll too.
She's sleeping in the bunk right now. She's on tour.
No, that's awesome. I think that's the one thing that we're missing is an actual medium that's not like, I feel like we've been approached by some, but I think part of being an empath too is you're really good at reading people.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like even you like talking about Stormy and her gifts, like I feel good about that. I feel like that's true. That's a gift that she has, and that's something that she is doing to help people. And
Absolutely.
I've gotten that vibe from people that live far away from me, but the ones that I've had approach me here, I'm like, no, you're not. But I think that's the one thing that we're missing is someone legitimate as a medium to be able to help us to kind of move away from some of the equipment that we have to use right now in place of not having one.
Oh yeah, totally, man. And there is nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's I find it difficult too to find one that's actually genuine and doesn't really bullshit, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I've had some people approach us, but when we tell them that we do this for free and they're expecting like the client or us to pay them to be there, I'm like, no, like we do this for free. We don't have money. Like we live in rural Utah. We don't make a ton of money.
Oh yeah, I feel like you're just doing it for the fun, just the experience. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. But do you have any, like, I guess you'd say skeptics on your team? Anyone to keep you kind of in check on certain pieces?
Yeah, me. As much as I do believe in all of it, but partially, I mean, I am a skeptic about things until proven wrong. And I've been proven wrong a lot lately, which is fucking awesome. I love that. But yeah, we still keep in check. It's like, it's funny too because even though we want something so bad to be real, we can't fucking fake it. We gotta debunk it,
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of skepticism in all of us in the crew. It's a tiny bit, and I think that's healthy and that's how it should be,
Yeah. So going back to you're on a tour bus. You're going through the entire U.S., I'm guessing. Have you just been a bit of...
Yeah. What was that? I'm sorry?
So you've been traveling all over for 2 months, basically.
Yes. Well, actually, no. Traveling all over since March. I'm going to say March. On and off, like just doing tours here and there, but constantly for 2 months. Yeah. This is the
Okay. That's been like the entire like American COVID situation since March. You've been on the bus.
We fucking dodged it somehow. We found a loophole.
Right? Stay on the bus.
Yeah, exactly. Stay on the bus. Ghosts can't get COVID, so that's cool. Yeah. And I mean, these places, whenever we do get places that we're renting out, they love it for people to still come and, actually be lively.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worked out pretty fucking well.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yep.
So you said you're an empath. Do you feel like you have any other gifts that you've noticed while doing this?
I've been able to do this weird thing with my, what'd you call that? Like energy? Transferring energy, yeah. Which the first time I did that, I was fucking hammered. and I freaked out. I was like, no way! I don't believe it!
You're crying into my hands.
Yeah, no, I was crying everywhere, dude. It was nuts, dude. But yes, I have developed that, and like, especially like healing and shit too, which I still am amazed by that I can do that. But I know I could remote heal people. Our bus driver has bad knees, and I'm able to just like hover over it with my energy and like make it feel better. It's crazy. It's nuts, but it works.
And
Yeah.
you feel that too, like right here, right? Like you just feel
Oh yeah,
everything.
The heat and the static.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So have you guys ever? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off
Breaking
there.
up. No, you're good. You're breaking up because we're on the road. We're in the fucking desert. So if I do break up every now and then, that's why I apologize. But what were you saying?
No problem. Have you guys ever used any like dowsing rods or pendulums to ask questions? Like I know Stormy has that gift, but have you ever had to use that before?
Oh yeah, dude. So we used to use a lot more back in the beginning. Are you talking about the?
John Bullard's fucking dowsing rods that started smoking.
Oh yeah. So
just got a new pair now that I can talk to.
yeah. So sorry. Because I'm forgetful of all like some shit. What? But anyway, no. Our other investigator, John Bullard, who's on the show, he had these dowsing rods, and that was the first time we really used them. And we were at a location, and Stormy started using them, and they were going like crazy. And then all of a sudden, it looked like the dowsing rods were incense sticks on fire. So there was like smoke coming from them, and it was weird.
So they took them away from me.
Yeah, so we took them away from her, and now she has new dowsing rods that are suited more for her, that she can't, make smoke or whatever, or because it's just too much energy, She just puts off too much energy with that shit.
That's amazing. Like
But yeah,
I'm still trying to soak that in. That's intense.
dude, very intense. Yeah, they were fucking smoking. And like pendulums, I mean, we don't really use them much on the show, but personally we do a lot. Like I'll be at home by myself using a pendulum, or we'll just do it every now and then, But yeah, no, they're really cool. Yeah, as of late, I haven't been really getting into it, but Stormy's really been getting into tarot readings and tarot cards, which she's really good at, surprisingly. I didn't think you didn't have it in you, but it's just crazy how they fucking work. But yeah, like just stuff like that, which we don't really do on the show itself. It's more personal use.
Yeah. I love both of those. I love my pendulum and my dowsing rods, but like whenever you try and explain it to someone, like, so we use dowsing rods fairly often when we're doing our sessions and things at different people's houses or at different locations. But for me, there's always like a heat that I feel right here between those two knuckles. And trying to explain that to someone that doesn't care to believe or listen is impossible until you can get them to like suck it up and just try it. And the ones that I've had that work the ones that I've had that work for, it's completely changed their thoughts and their perception on the paranormal.
Good. That's fucking sick. Yeah, definitely. I know exactly what you feel whenever you do that, because I get like whenever I use them, my hands get really hot. And there was one instance. Oh yeah, we were in your old house. And I was using them, and all of a sudden, I felt like hands came around mine, like that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the strangest thing, but it's intense. It takes a lot out of you too, which is weird. Just a lot of energy gets drawn from you.
I didn't really think about it that way, but it does, because it's not really that you feel tired afterwards, but you feel like something has been taken from your own energy source when you're gone.
Paranormal Hangover.
I like that. I'm gonna keep that one.
Yeah.
Man, I had some people send me some questions to ask you too. Do you mind? I know this is kind of more of a paranormal interview, but do you mind if we talk about your music too?
Yeah, dude, by all means.
So, I shared one of your videos that was you playing an acoustic in front of a door. It was like rainy days.
Yeah.
Everyone loved that.
Wow.
Everyone. I think it has like, well, I only shared it like 3 days ago, and I swear it's got like 400 views on here.
Damn, dog.
But
You're sharing it.
I have a large metal following because that's like my life before this was
Right,
just
yeah.
music and metal.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I've missed concerts like none other.
Dude, me too. I miss going to them, miss playing them. It's been a shit time for all that, man, and it sucks. That's why we've been on kind of like a standby with all the stuff, like especially the my band, Dead Sled Funeral Company. We actually, dude, damn, we put out an EP. It's on Bandcamp. I think I may have sent you a link, or maybe you found it. Not sure, but it's on Bandcamp. Dead Sled Funeral Company casket tapes, and we put that out at the beginning of quarantine. So ever since putting it out, like we haven't really played shows since then, or like really had the right way to promote it,
Mm-hmm.
because so that shit's kind of on standstill. What I've been doing lately with the acoustic stuff, I've been doing a lot more acoustic shit because it's easier. It's just me and my guitarist, and we jam. It's called Handsome Phantoms, which we have nothing released yet because I'm about to go to the studio and actually record all of that and then just release it. That's the main focus right now, is the acoustic stuff, really.
I'm excited for that one because I love listening to all your stuff, even just the stuff that you had, just like you did IGTV lives, just recording you playing guitar on the bus.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's the only way that I've been really able to stay sane lately.
Yeah, that's how I dump every day. I have to just sit down and jam every day, even if it's something soft, something hard. Doesn't matter what the mood is. It has to be guitar.
Oh, I feel that. Same here, bud.
So, do you feel has your music affected any of your, or should I say, has doing anything with the paranormal affected anything that you do with music as far as lyrical or?
Not quite yet. What's affected me lyrically lately is just fucking heartbreak. But there's so what? Sorry, it's a little bumpy because of fucking Arizona. But no, so it's funny because my process and like writing stuff. So with Dead Sled, it's mainly like I'll do storytelling with that, and I'll tell a story that's usually fiction or whatever. But whenever I'm writing like personal shit, it's usually experiences that I've had in the past that I'm able to kind of process and know what I want to write about. And I definitely feel like in the Dead Sled stuff, because it's horror punk, the paranormal shit will definitely come out. And I just need to find intricate ways to tell the stories and, over guitar and drums. But it's coming. It is, definitely.
That's awesome. I'm excited for it. I will be your first customer whenever it's there.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, I got to look up this other question that someone had for you.
Yeah, for sure.
How have you liked being on the bus, though? Has that been going okay?
Life on the bus has been quite all right. Surprisingly enough, I think that I was born to be a gypsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good, like
And we don't fight.
yeah, me and Storm are best friends. We don't argue or fight.
Cry together over our
Yeah, we cry over broken hearts and past relationships. It's great. But besides that, no, I mean, bus life it's interesting, because we're on here going from city to city every fucking night. We sleep in little caskets. Well, the bunks they remind me of a casket, which is actually cool. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
shower.
That's like no joke.
no, fucking truck stop showers. Yeah, man. No, it's interesting. It's definitely not for everyone. Very small quarters, but I don't mind it. I dig it. It's cool. And a lot of Subway and McDonald's. Hell yeah. But yeah, no, it's fine.
That's good. I'm kicking myself in the ass because I didn't write those questions down because I can't find them now for the life of me.
Oh, you're good, bud.
So I'm going to try and remember them to the best of my ability. But I think one I asked you at the beginning, just basically I believe it was, where is your favorite location that you've been to since you began your life as a paranormal investigator?
Yeah. Definitely to this date, still, like I said before, Conjuring House.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking nuts, man. And I will say, for people, I don't want to give anything away, but I do want to give a fair warning that if you are going to investigate the Conjuring House, definitely, protect yourself. And don't go anywhere alone. And there was another one. Oh, yeah, so it's almost like this next piece of advice, I really don't know how to tell it, so I'll tell it in the way that I think about it. But whenever you're like really fucking stoned, and no, and you have to keep like 1 foot in reality just for sanity's sake, keep that 1 foot in reality whenever you feel like that in there. But yeah.
Because it just tries to pull you into that dimension, you could say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because it will try and do that. I can't wait for that episode to come out.
Dude, neither can I now.
Right?
The other one was, if you could go investigate anywhere right now, like if you could just teleport there instantly, where would you go?
Clown Motel.
No! Catacombs in Paris.
Oh, well, the Catacombs in Paris, too. Okay, yeah, anywhere, yeah. So I'll say Clown Motel first because I've been wanting to go forever. We were so close to it in Vegas, but we're going the opposite direction. Like, I love vintage clown stuff, and they have, like, famous clown buried there and shit. Love that. But, yeah, Catacombs in Paris. Or, no, fuck, dude, there's so many places, but they're all overseas, and I don't have a passport yet. and COVID.
Yeah.
But season 2, we're going to travel abroad, I think, a little more.
That'd be good. I mean, mine are all the same. Mine are all in like the UK, Ireland. Like, there's a website you can go to where you can look up haunted locations to buy, and there is a full-blown castle in Scotland on sale for $3.6 million.
Dude, that sounds sick, man.
I was like, what?
That's so nuts, dude.
And it comes with everything that's in there. So, like, when you look at the pictures, it's like the long-ass, like, king table with all the chairs. I was like, yes!
Dude. Yeah.
But, yeah, I need $3.6 million first.
Yeah, same here. Let's get on that. Make a jar.
Right?
3.6 million. Castle. No, that's in the wish jar. But yeah, no, that's fucking cool, man. For sure.
Okay. So when you guys release Spooky Babes, is it going to be more of a TV series, something that's streamed online, something that you need to subscribe to?
It's going to be a TV series.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. At this point, I don't want to settle for just an online stream thing or whatever. I want it to be out there, and I want people to randomly stumble upon it on TV,
Mm-hmm.
Not have to, seek it out.
Those ones that are changing the channel and stop right when they see it.
Yeah.
There would be no better feeling than having that happen.
So yeah, it's our fucking baby, man. We've worked so hard on it. We really, we paid for ourselves. It's because we're going through a mountain. But yeah, the internet connection's unstable. Fuck, Dave. I'm gonna try and get through this stuff. So, yeah, no, I got this. I remember. But yeah, self-funded. Work so hard. I can't see you, but I can hear you. Yeah, sorry about that, dude.
Oh, you're good. I just hit record again. So I was just, with
cool.
everything you just said, I lost you.
Okay, so basically, wait, I don't want to lose you again. Internet. Okay, make it quick. So, crowdfunded. I mean, no. If we're the crowd, then no.
We're not the crowd.
We're not the crowd. But we believe in the show so much and really believe it's a badass thing that we don't want to settle for less. And, you know, I'm a fan of the show already. I haven't even really seen it. Like, I've lived it, but, you know, you see it in that, you know, format of, like, TV show. I think it's going to be cool, man. It would be something that I'd personally watch, for real. I love how my name shows up, Stormy Daniels, right here on the screen. The Zoom call. Yeah. It's okay. But, yeah.
Okay. Since we might lose you again, I just wanted to ask you one more question. If you could just tell us everywhere that we can find you, your teammates, just so we can follow and support you guys.
Yeah, for sure. So Instagram, Spooky Babe Show. Facebook, Spooky Babe Show. SpookyBabeShow.com. Yeah, that's where you can find us. And I mean, personal stuff. You know how to find Stormy Daniels and everything. My Instagram's Boneghazi, Boneghazi. And Spooky Babe Susan, that's her name on Instagram if you want to follow Susan, the Haunted Belle, and see more of her and her adventures on the road.
I know me and my team are following all of you, and I've been loving watching everything that I can see. Okay, it's been awesome having Justin here on the show. I've been looking forward to this since I got a message back from Spooky Babe's Instagram. We're super excited to learn more about you and about Spooky Babes, and we can't wait to watch it ourselves. And we're just so excited. But thank you so much for being here with us tonight, Justin.
No, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Absolutely.
Oh, we loved it.
I love all of you.
Lost souls. Lost souls. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We can't wait to have you again at our next episode. Until then, remember that this has been Ben Stevenson, lead investigator and podcast host of Lost Souls and Central Utah Paranormal. Thank you again for joining us tonight. And remember, there's no normal like the paranormal.